Hello everyone, Josh here with Texas bringing guys and gals some more cat fantasy. And today we're going to be talking about the new rate up hero Dorothy and should you summon or skip. Now let's go ahead and talk about the unit real quick. Now from a free to play and casual spender's perspective, getting several copies of this unit will be very hard because we're still in the early stages of global launch, so we haven't had a lot of time for a lot of you to save up currency or anything of that nature. However, this hero can be very functional at 1 star, so there is some hope there. And hopefully, like they do on the PTR version of the game, they start introducing these rate up heroes in all of the future rate up banners as well. So they'll still be in there to be able to be pulled later on, so you can still try to star them up over time. Okay, so Dorothy. Ultimate. She does up to 275% AoE damage, and she will instantly trigger all the curses, even curses that are not her. So if you're running an SSR Yunkin, for example, she will trigger all of them at 150% of the original damage. After dealing damage, she will reduce the duration of all curses on the target by 1 turn. So this is a bit of a side effect for having a very powerful ultimate. However, if you get her to 5-star, whenever that may be, she will no longer have that side effect. So now you're going to be able to get all those curses to trigger additionally for however many turns they still have available. If you have like a 3-turn curse, it'll knock it down to 2. If you have a 2-turn curse, it'll knock down to 1. But if you do have 1-turn curses, which will be pretty often because of her skill 2 being for 1 turn on her, base version of a skill, I mean, you might get a few purples off, and in World Boss, you might get some golds off. But more times than not, you're going to be using this as a 1-turn curse skill. And because of that negative effect will remove all the curses, kind of essentially acting as a detonation. So obviously, getting her to 5-star at some point will make that ultimate extremely powerful because of all the additional bonus damage stacks you're going to be getting. It's going to be insane. Because again, if you pair her up with SSR Yunkin right now, which is also a a red hero, you can do a lot of damage. Skill 1, she's doing 120% at base, 200% at a gold card. She applies indirect damage, which I believe is like a bonus, like 20% or lower damage. It's nothing too insane, but any free damage is always good damage. And then her skill 2 is applying up to 120% damage AoE and inflicts 1 stack of curse on targets for up to 3 turns. It goes from 1 turn, 2 turns to 3 turns, deals damage equal to 20% of target's max HP, and capped at 120% of the caster's attack. So that's very important because, yes, it does scale to the target's max HP, which is huge. However, it is capped by your own attack. So when you build gear for her, you're going to want to make sure that you're giving her as many attack substats as possible and running her with units that can also increase her attack, like an SR Yunpai, for example, or even a green SR Mia. Those are going to be units that will allow you to get attack up buffs and allow her to trigger even bigger curse damage. So there you go. And then we have Scarlet Thorn. When all deployed combatants are with red pathos, which is red heroes, increases the combatant's indirect damage dealt by 12%, which goes up to 20%. So, I mean, again, any free damage is good damage. Star up effects. After using the Waltz of Rose, inflicts curse on the target for 1 turn. That is her skill 1. So that allows now both of her skills to apply a curse. That's very huge. After using the ultimate and regenerate 2 SP, this is going to allow her to keep spamming her ultimate, which is even better. And then at 6-star, after using the ultimate, instantly triggers additional damage for all curses on the targets equal to 40% of the original damage. So let's say you have, for whatever reason, you have let's say you have 5 curses. Between you and Yunkin, you have 5 curses applied on the enemy. That's 200% free damage right there. Every time you use your ultimate, on top of all the damage the ultimate is doing, on top of all the damage that the curses are doing, and on top of all the indirect damage that's also being applied. Her damage stacking capabilities is insane. This is why she's a better overall unit, pound for pound, than Green Shiro, and why I mentioned in the video earlier this week, or last week rather, to skip her and go for this hero instead. This is a powerhouse hero. Alright, so now that we broke her down, the question remains, summon or skip? Obviously, I just kind of said it. You want to go ahead and pull for this hero. If you are pulling for a rate up right now at this time, we do not have any information on what rate ups are going to be coming next. And really, the only other rate up I can think of that's going to be coming anytime soon, and she might not even be a rate up for global, we'll have to see. We might make a video about that, is the game breaking hero SSR Green Poppy. Unless they change her element or whatever, I don't know what they're going to do. But however they introduce her into the game, that's going to be the next big game-breaking unit on global, as long as they don't change her skill set. But again, we don't know when she's going to be dropping. We don't even know if she's going to be a rate up at this point, because she came into the game with a bunch of male characters, and they removed all male characters from the game for global. So I'm not entirely sure how she's going to be introduced. So with that being said, being in the dark, too much unknowns right now surrounding her, I would say go ahead and pull for Dorothy, because worst case, she's still going to be a very, very powerful hero long term in the game for all sorts of content. So let's go ahead and do our multi now, and I doubt we're going to get lucky, but let's go and do a multi anyway just to see. You never know, we might get that video luck. We did not. Never hurts to try. Alright, so that is our multi in there. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Okay, so the newbie recruit, again, skip. The Cageling Wish, summon. That simple, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be it for me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check notifications. Join us in the Discord description below as always. And of course, follow us on X at Xmedia. And I'll catch you guys and gals in the next one. Until then, peace.